Hey y'all, it's Christy Cook from Teadoddles. It's time for episode number 23 of Teadoddles Talks. And I know that I said I would post this yesterday, but I was busy sewing for myself, which I will show you shortly. Something I hardly ever do anymore. So I just decided to take that day and sew for myself. Yeah. Before we begin in the maker madness that's been going on in my house this week, I would like to welcome all new subscribers and welcome back subscribers. I'm glad to have you here with me in my making adventures. I do consider this a maker podcast. I talk about crochet, knitting, sewing of all kinds. I have done some weaving before. I do DIY projects, which involves painting and jewelry and refinishing furniture, which I haven't shown a lot of. I haven't done any of that here recently, but I have some projects coming up that hopefully I'll get to film a little bit about and share with y'all. So that is what you're in for when you're here with me for however long I talk. It's usually about an hour for these podcasts. My last one was almost 2 hours. Of course, I had missed a week. It was like a movie, y'all. That's ridiculous. But I tried to make this one shorter by doing my Yarnapalooza video where I showed you the new yarn I got. But as I sit here and look what I have stacked around me, I don't know that worked really, because I have a lot to talk about still. So let's just get on into it, shall we? This is I don't know, sometime after lunch on Sunday. My husband goes to his grandmother's on Sunday, which he was actually off yesterday as well, so I didn't have to get up as early as I normally do on Saturday, and I've slept in the past 2 days, which I don't need to do. I've got to go back to class next week. Not till Thursday. It's just the one day. I don't know why they started. We don't have class on Fridays. I don't know why they started on a Thursday, but anyway, this is my new mug. I love you more than bacon. And it kind of has a pink on the inside. I don't want to tilt it too far because it's full of coffee. Yes, I'm still drinking coffee. This is my 3rd cup today. It's just one of those days. I got this at Joann's, and it does have that on both sides. I love it's pretty big because it doesn't look as big as it is. The biggest cup size on my Keurig will not fill this up, so I love it. I actually used my 40% off coupon on it. I think it was only $7.99. Yeah, I used my 40% off coupon last weekend when I went shopping with my mother for Mother's Day. We had a fun time. We went to I only went in Joann's to get fabric to finish a quilt that I have an order for, and we were in there much longer. I did buy some yarn, which I showed in my Yarnapalooza. Not much, but I also bought fabric from our bags for the summer. Also ran into a lady in the yarn aisle. Actually, my Joann's, it has 2 aisles that are full of yarn on each side. Actually, I'll pop in a picture right here. I took that while my mom and I were shopping. It has 2 aisles like that are just full of yarn, right? And then, but I was looking for the cupcakes, and they're like all around the corner on one aisle, like one end just has cupcakes, and like, do they have mandalas too? Maybe. That's just where they are in a section. The rest of the aisle has nothing to do with yarn. I don't know. I guess they couldn't fit it. They actually have a lot of yarn in my Joann's. It's a big Joann's. They used to be a really small Joann's before they moved into another building several years ago. So they have lots of stuff in there. It's humongous. I could stay in there all day. Yeah, I could. Good thing for me that it's 45 minutes away. So it's not as easy to get to. Yeah, so we'll talk more about the things I got at Joann's in my Fabric Obsessed section, which is going to be jam-packed today. I do have some stuff to show you still in Yarny Goodness, even though I showed most of my yarn in the last video I did. And if you haven't seen it, you better go check it out. There's something fun going on because I reached 500 subscribers, y'all. So excited about that. It's actually a little bit more than that now. It's exciting to see the channel growing and that people are interested in what I have to talk about. So, all right, let's see. Let's dig into what's been going on with me this week. This week I have been reorganizing and I reorganized my, it doesn't look like it here because this stuff was pretty organized back here, right? But they're around me, there's just madness, and there's so much stuff in here, it's like I could hardly move. So I had to clean out this room and my son's old room, which is a spare room now, because you couldn't hardly walk in there, and there was paper, just paper everywhere, just paper. I shredded a bunch of stuff, and I had to file a bunch of stuff because I hadn't stayed on top of it. It was crazy madness. But one thing that's fun about the shredding of the paper is that there's certain paper that I will save, and I save any paper I cut up when I cut up patterns or whatever, and I make paper with it. So that's something to look forward to. I'll probably do a video of that. It's not hard to do, but it's a way to turn some of your paper you may throw in the trash into paper you might want to use for something else. So that'll be coming up. I put in my new mailbox. This, was it Monday that I did it? No, that was last week I did that. But I got a bigger mailbox because my mail lady would sometimes she would stuff things in there that were hard to get back out, or she'd put some stuff in there, realize it wouldn't all fit, and then put the rest on the porch. So I got a bigger mailbox, and she was very thankful. She left me a thank you note. Check that out. It says, thanks so much for the new bigger box. I love it. Isn't that awesome? I thought so. Very nice of her to leave me a note. It also made the trouble that I had putting that thing up well worth it. It also makes it's better for me as well when I have to ship out Etsy orders. I can fit everything in the box now. So I'll talk a little bit more about what I went through putting that up in my DIY section. So I also got a weird letter from the USPS, from the United States Postal Office this week. It's Friday. Yeah. It's like, you remember me talking about all the mail troubles I had, and then some of the stuff I wound up getting extra stuff. Well, the one thing that I didn't get extra of was the crochet book that I had showed a couple episodes back. Because I had to resend it. Well, I found out what happened to the original one. They sent me a letter, and it was saying something about a package I was supposed to receive in March 24th. I said, that was almost 3 months ago. Somebody had shipped a package with mercury in it and did not package it properly, and it spilled out on a bunch of other packages. So my book was contaminated with mercury, and they had to send it to a different facility to be destroyed. Crazy. That was a weird, it's like, really? But it was saying that if I'd had insurance, like certain, I think if you ship first class, or maybe it's only Priority Express, I don't know, it has an insurance, and it gave me a number I could claim to get my money back. But they already sent me another book, so I'm hoping that they sent that to the people who mailed it to me, because they're the ones that's probably going to want to file the insurance on it, because But I don't know. I'm going to message that person on Amazon I was talking to, make sure they know about that, because that was kind of crazy though. Because at first it happened in Pittsburgh, and at first I thought the letter was about, I just recently sent out something to Beth, who lives in Pittsburgh, of Heaven's Peacemaker, and I thought it was her package, but then I realized no, that wasn't her package. So no, we better watch your mail in Pittsburgh, Beth. That was quite a weird thing to happen. So this past Friday we had Food Truck Friday here in Cordele, my little town, which was a big event for us. We've never had anything like that. It was from 12 to 8 p.m. and we opted to go later in the afternoon to avoid crowds. Of course, it was very hot. It's already in the 90s here in the afternoons. So we went about 3:30 or so. Well, there weren't that many trucks left, and one truck had gotten there late, but they were still having 40 minutes before they would even be serving food. We did get a smoothie from the Bee Smoothie truck. It was quite delicious. It was a tropical smoothie. It had pineapple, peaches, mango, strawberry. I feel like there was something else in there. Pineapple, peaches, mango, strawberry. No, I think that was it. It was very good. It was very tangy, but it was very good. It did cost us $5 for that smoothie. But that's about, I've been to smoothie shops before, and they can cost more than that sometimes, depending on what's in them. So it was a good smoothie. It was so hot though. They had tents and tables set up so you could eat, but it was too hot for that. They had an ice cream truck. I went for the cupcake truck, and it was already gone. And then I found out later, if I had looked at Facebook where they were posting about the event, they sold out. That's why they left. They sold out. A lot of them sold out and had already left. So next time we know to go early. They said they're supposed to come back next month, but they're going to do just like an evening one, supper. So I'm going to try again. So that was really interesting. It was just a little bummed, but that was our fault for going later. We didn't think it would be sold out so quickly, but it was. The cupcakes, though, I'm still thinking about those cupcakes, y'all. I love cupcakes. It's your own personal little cake. Yeah, I'll get a cupcake eventually. But so, what else has been going on with me? I had to get my parents to come get me to go to the Food Truck Friday because my vehicle is still being repaired. Every time my husband goes to fix one thing, he finds something else wrong that needs fixing. I'll have an entirely new vehicle by the time this is done. He was going to put the ball joints on, and then discovered that I really needed to replace the wheel hub bearings or something like that. I don't know. It's really important because your wheel can fall off when you're driving if it's wore out. So, and then he was doing that late yesterday afternoon because he was off. He didn't have to go to work yesterday, which is the first Saturday in forever he hasn't worked. And he got one side done. He went out there to do the other side. And he came back in and said he couldn't do it because he broke the tire wrench. It's not a tire wrench. Tire iron, but it's not. It's one of those the ones that are crossed like that has the different things on the end. I can't think of the name of it right now. He broke it. I'm married to the Hulk, y'all. I am married to the Hulk. It's ridiculous. He breaks everything. Even the guy that he gets those snap-on tools for work, because they have a lifetime warranty. They replace it if it breaks. And that guy's always like, I don't even see how you broke this. Yeah. How do you break a turn? I mean, really. So he has to get another one before he could finish the other side. And then he also told me I need, what are the things? What did he call them? Tie wheel end tie. I don't know. It's a long thing that goes on the tire. It helps. It has to do with steering. Tie rod ends. I'm pretty sure that's right, because I thought he was saying tire rod ends, but it's called tie rod ends. Okay. And you know, I'm gonna tell y'all, if you got someone who can help you fix it, you need to order your parts through rockauto.com. They've been delivering to my house a lot here lately because I looked up those parts. Let's see. At like O'Reilly's, those are anywhere from $30 to $100 a piece. I need two, got two sides. At Rock Auto, they were like $6 to $10 each. I'm like, why? That makes no sense to me. That's like a major what you call it, price rise. Oh, I can't talk today. Anywho, I'm hoping things get finished, and it looks like we probably will be able to get my air compressor replaced for free because it was under a warranty, but he's got to have it vacuumed down, so I don't think that's going to happen before I have to drive back to work, which is going to suck. But plus it's going to suck for my passenger, because I will have a passenger this summer. One of my high school students is taking courses at the Americas campus this summer. He's taking a machine tech course, and he's going to take a course with me, because I told him, I said, his problem was getting a ride. He's not going to be 16 till June or something like that. And I said, well, if your parent, because he lives in town, I live about 15 minutes outside of town. I said, if you meet me at this certain place, you can ride with me, you know. So he was able to, his parents could do that, but they couldn't take him all the way to Americas and come back, obviously. I said, but you'll have to stay there. I'm there from 8 to 2 during the summer. So he decided to take class with me as well. So, you know, he's going to be my riding partner, at least until he gets his license. I think he said he would be driving once he gets that. So, anywho, what else? Oh, there is, my sale for my shop is still going on today. Of course, I'm going to tell you this, and this might not post till tomorrow, but in case it posts, we'll try to get this up before the end of today. It is 15% off everything except single stitch markers, and those, it's because if you order $30 or more, you get a free one of those. And I had to change my code because I didn't realize if you entered the code to get the free stitch marker, it would take away the 15% off. I had someone who did an order that happened. So I changed it so that you just, if you order over $30, you can just tell me in the note to seller which stitch marker you want for free, and I'll put it in there for you at no extra charge. So, and I'm excited about the summer. I've got big plans for the summer bags, which summer is like June 22nd or something like that. It's official first day of summer. It's already summer here. You know what I'm saying? It's 90 degrees. The humidity is ridiculous outside. Stay inside as much as possible. Because even if I go out in the evenings when it's a little bit cooler, the mosquitoes will eat me. Yeah. They think I'm quite tasty. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Although I will say, I got these wipes from my cleaning service, Grove Collaborative. I order more natural cleaning products and other things through them. And I got these, it's called Aunt Fanny's. She has a lot of insect repellent things, but she has these wipes. They smell like peppermint. They work really good. They'll clear your sinuses too. I just wish they came in a bigger pack. They keep bugs away, and it smells better than most bug spray. And they just only come in a 10-pack of wipes. And I wish they came in something bigger. I'm going to see if I can find them somewhere bigger portions. So, because they work. But in the shop, for summer, I have big plans to do some 80s themed bags. And by that, I mean bright colors, like the neons and stuff. I am a child of the 80s. Yeah. And I used to wear big hoop earrings. I mean, they were so big that you could wear them as a bracelet, most likely, but they were plastic or something, and they were bright colors. And my mother She found a sale at Belk's one time on the All-Star high top shoes. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I had a bunch of different pairs in different colors, and I would wear like a blue one and a yellow one or a purple one and a pink one. I would just wear them mismatched like that on purpose, along with my jams, which were shorts that come down to your knees, which was awesome for me because at my school, you had to stand with your hands beside you, and if your fingertips went past the bottom of your shorts, then you would be sent home because they were considered too short. But see, y'all, I'm a tall person, so it was hard to find. That was at one point that Daisy Dukes were popular, which were the shorty shorts. So it was hard to find shorts that were long enough. When the jams come out, I was excited because they were long enough. But anywho, that's taking me back to so many things. So I have plans for that, and plus I'll have some others that are kind of just summery themed, things I think about in the summer. So I got these really cool bags that I'll be shipping in when the summertime rolls around. And it says, "Hello Sunshine," all over it. And it's got the pineapple and watermelon and sunglasses and the flamingo and a little palm tree there. I just thought that was awesome. I got me some blue tissue paper to wrap things in. Which I'll probably get the blue anyway because that's kind of my color. That tealy blue. I love it. So that's something to look forward to in the summer. Yeah, I think that's all for life and admin. The reorganizing, I'm going to show you in my DIY section. I'm going to show you my new little yarn section. I'll show you a picture of it. I did a blog post about it, so I'll put that link down below. Excuse me, my goodness. Time for yarny goodness. Yeah, I do have some yarny goodness for y'all. I'm going to show you what I've been working on, and I got a couple other things to show you and one yarn club to show you. So most of my yarn, my new yarn that I purchased, you'll have to go and look at my Yarnapalooza video I just did. That'll tell you more about the new yarn, okay? One thing I've been doing, like I said, I had to do a big cleanup in here. I made me a whole new section. It's across from me, and that's why I keep pointing over there for my yarn, my excess yarn, which, no, all my yarn did not fit in here. Some of it had to go in the other room, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? We're not going to talk about that. I could talk to y'all about that, can I? I mean, there's what is it, like one of those 5-gallon tubs full of yarn, and then I had gotten 2 of those canvas bin things I found on clearance at Walmart. They're now full of yarn. And then I have the big box I got from Line Brand. It's 40 skeins of yarn in it. I gotta stop, y'all. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't need that much yarn. My goal was to cut my yardage in half. Have I done that? No. I have added to it. And I haven't even refigured all that yet. So by the next podcast, I'll have it refigured and give y'all an update on my yardage. If you'll remember, I had over 70,000 yards of yarn. I did it by yards versus weight because there's different weights of the yarn. And when I do a pattern, I always look at the yardage because that's going to tell me better where I'm going to get. I did do, well, it's buried up in there. That's my special yarn over there. Where's my arm going? Why is that so hard to do? There it is right there. I also did a yarn review this week for OMG Yarn Balls for her yarn club, which is the MOFA yarn club, or Mildly Offensive Fiber Artists. So definitely go check that out. All right, so another thing I did is wind up leftover yarn because it was just sitting in bags. So I wound up all my leftovers from the Moreland Afghan that I finally finished. I had quite a bit of leftovers actually, so I got 3 cakes. I kind of did it when I do these, I do the magic knot to tie the ends together because that stays together really well, and it's pretty small. So I did this one, which is the browns and greens, and then I did one with the purples and blues in it. And then I did one with just some colors that I really liked the way they went together, because I had a couple of these had bigger quantities left, but I just love the way those colors go together. Look at them. Yeah. So I'm hoping I have enough in here to make, I don't know if I'll could be able to make a scarf out of this, but I might be able to make a hat out of this. And the other two I might put together to make a scarf. I don't know yet. We got to see. Because I put these tags on here that so I could keep up with what this cake is made of, how many yards and ounces it is. So to figure out the yardage, what I do is I weigh my cake, and then I look back at the tag of the original yarn, and I'll be like, okay, so for this much weight you get this many yards, and I do some math and I can figure out about how many yards is in here. So, and that's just a little scrap piece of paper I wrote on, and I folded it in half and stapled it together. That's all I did. Then I have one more cake. This is my leftovers from the hooded cowl that I finished. That was a Jimmy Beans project. It was the one at the end of last year. So I still need to block that and weave in the ends, but yeah. I don't know what I would make with this. It's not very big. Well, is there like 2 ounces left of this? I may blend it with some other stuff to do something. I don't know yet, but I got all those wound up, which is very satisfying to have it in a neat little cake versus in a bag, just a bunch of stuff floating around. So, also, in case you missed it, in my Yarnapalooza, DollarTree.com has dollar yarn. They have 3 colors of Premier Cotton, and they have 4 colors of Red Heart Unforgettable. Oh gosh, I can't. There's Red Heart Boutique Waves. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's like a textured yarn. It's a thick and thin kind of yarn, and it looks almost, it doesn't have a lot of twist to it, but it's in like a bunch of pretty colors, like gradients in the color in the skein. They also have Red Heart Ribbons, which is just, it looks like a ribbon with little pieces of thread running through it. So be sure to check that out. I'll be dropping another link down below here. I did it in my Yarnapalooza. You can order as little as 6 skeins. It does, and have it shipped to your store for free, but it does say it'll charge you a handling fee, which is usually less than $1. So it's not that much. You can, if you order the case of 24, you can have it shipped for free with no handling charge. So just depends on how much of it you want. So go check that out. Okay, now let's move on to, I have one sort of FO, which you'll see what that means in a minute, and then mostly just whips. So my first one is, this is my sorter FO, this little bird. And you'll notice he doesn't have feet or a beak, and that's why he's sort of an FO. But I have finished all of this and got it all stitched down. I don't like this yarn. I'm just gonna say. Let's don't focus on him. Focus. There you go. It's a very, I don't like the way this came together. I had to do a whip stitch to close that in more, because the way that stitch goes, I just didn't like it. But he does have little eyes. It's hard to see. But this was a gift from my yarn swap partner for Llama Mama Kayla's last yarn swap, and I think Christie's Corner booth, they do that together. So she also sent this magazine, and the pattern's actually in the magazine. I think the kit came with the magazine. So the kit has the yarn for both of these little birds. So you see my beak is missing and my feet. And the kit, yeah, this is the kit. So it has the yarn for both in there. I will make the other one. I'll make it eventually. I didn't like working with this yarn. It's a very, I don't know what kind of yarn this is that came with it, but it's very low quality yarn. Let's just put it that way. I'm sure that's because it came free with the magazine. The pattern's not so bad. I just had to remember that it's UK terms, it's not US terms, because I made the head with US terms at first and it was really long and weird looking. I was like, oh, this is UK terms, because it says double crochet, which is actually a single crochet in US terms. So yeah, now the feet they have in here are crocheted, and I'm not going to do that. That's one reason I haven't done the feet. I'm going to make wire feet for it, because this is not going to a child, so I want him to be able to stand up, because they just have crocheted feet, so they wouldn't be able to stand up. I just haven't taken the time to do the beak. It's just a little embroidery kind of thing. So that's my almost finished one. And this is what is this bird called? They tell you what these birds, a blue tit. Now that's what it's called, a blue tit. So, and the other one is a robin, just a robin. So that's my almost finished object. Just a couple of details to finish up, kind of like weaving ends, right? And now these are onto my works in progress. The first one, my bags are all in the floor, y'all. This is a bag I made, a tote. I will be making some more totes in my summer update, because I feel like totes are great for summer because you can toss things in and go. I gotta get that done. But this is one I made a long time ago. I actually have a tutorial on the blog for this style with the charm packs. I'll put a link for y'all in my show notes. This is the one I keep all my buttons on when I get buttons. So this one doesn't have pockets in it though. My totes I sell in the shop have pockets. Let's take a look at this. I don't have a stitch marker in this. Look at this. This yarn. I'm so in love with it. Look at it. So pretty. Ooh, look at all that stitch definition. This is the waffle stitch scarf. I'm just in love with the color in this yarn. It's so pretty. You see how it kind of has intertwined colors as it changes? This is Ferris wheel yarn from Line Brand. These are 3 ounces, 85 grams, 270 yards or 247 meters, 100% acrylic. This is the Wild Violets colorway. I got this yarn from my swap partner. This is another thing that was in my swap partner package. It's just gorgeous, and I want more of this yarn. This yarn is so nice to work with. It's very soft. It kind of has a halo of fuzz, and the center is a dense yarn, so it doesn't split at all. It's wonderful to work with. This is the pattern. Waffle stitch. Come on, focus. I'm gonna do this. You can see who it's by. Yeah. So this is a waffle stitch scarf by Amanda Farinella. I hope I said that right. And she has a shop called Amanda Crochets on Etsy. So I'll put all those links below. But I got this in one of those, when they do those, I know y'all probably are signed up for all the bloggers who get those emails that you can get all these patterns for $19, and that's where I got that pattern from. So I just wanted some crochet. I had been starting a lot of knitting, and I was like, I don't have any crochet going. So, but I love this yarn. I'm looking at the other colorways, and I really want some more, but y'all, I cannot buy any more yarn right now. I gotta put myself on another craft buying ban till the end of summer. That's the rule. So, and new yarn I'll show you after all of this will be from yarn clubs, and that's it. All right, next I have, and this is in one of my bags that I kept because of the tiny hole in it. You would have seen that when I showed my shop bag update. You know, there's always fuzz on everything in my house. But this has got the tiny, those are unicorns on there. So in this bag I have, it's called Spotting Clouds by Christina Hattering. I hope that's right. From A Spoonful of Yarn. This is the pattern. I printed these out so that, yeah, I can hold that up for a second. Hopefully y'all can see that instead of putting the little thing up here. Yeah, this is a, she made this with, I think the pattern calls for those whorls, which I've seen. They look beautiful, but they are very expensive. I was trying to use something I already had, which I did wind up ordering more of it to be sure I had enough. But I'm using, I'll take this one that's full, the Ombre Life from Lime Brand, in Midnight and Rush Hour. So these are the two. And this is a number 2 fine, 437 yards or 400 meters, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. It's 50% acrylic and 50% cotton. So, but I have, so the way you make this top portion here, look at that. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. The way the color transitions in this yarn is just awesome. Because what they do is eventually, it's like 4 strands in the yarn. They're not twisted. So eventually they change out one of the strands, and that's how they do it. So you can kind of see that there a little bit. You can see how the black has joined in. It just makes for a wonderful transition in the yarn, because it started off as this white or even maybe a pale gray, and then it got 1 strand of the darker gray, and then it got 2 strands of the darker gray, then it got 3 strands of the darker gray, and then it was completely gray, and now it's got 1 strand of the black, and it'll do the same thing. But this is the top portion. So this is like, I'm gonna put it on. This part right here is the middle portion, and if you look right there, it's this portion here. Okay, so I finished this, but you have to block it before you do the rest, and then you will crochet around this. There's no seaming in this sweater, is what it says. So you crochet on the sleeves, and you will crochet on the front and back, I'm assuming in the round, after you put the sleeves on. So this is what it looks like. I could turn this way, or if I really wanted to, this is technically the back, but it's a mirror image the way you crochet it, so I could do it that way. So what my plan is, I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna, I'll probably continue using this when I add on the sleeves and until I use up the rest of this skein of yarn, which is not a huge amount. It's mostly the black in there, right? And then I will pick up this, and I hadn't decided yet if I'm going to start on the outside or the inside. I'll probably start on the inside. But that's my plan to do this. We'll see how it looks in the end, but I'm very excited about this. This is such a soft yarn, and I think it's going to be wonderful for summer if I can finish it before the summer, because it's tiny crochet. But it's been quite enjoyable to work with. The only thing I didn't do, now when she does this portion, she changes to the 3mm from the 3.5, which is what you use for the rest. But I found that when I tried to work with the 3mm, I just couldn't do it. If y'all hear a quacking sound, that is a rain frog. That's the noise they make. And we get quite a few of them here in the south because it's so humid. And before it rains and after it rains, it sounds like the noise is outrageous outside sometimes. So that's what that noise is. There must be one on my window, and he is calling for a mate. They sound like a duck quacking almost. So, all right, next we have, I just want to talk about a couple of things with my other crochet projects. My knitting projects, I really haven't made enough progress to show any difference, so I didn't bring those in here. But this is one of my bags too. I will be putting some of these in the shop in the summer as well. This is my traveling maker bag. And oh goodness, Sandra, she was the winner of the custom made one of these. I have not forgotten about you. We'll be working on that this coming week. So sorry it's taken me so long. So if you're watching, I have not forgotten about you. Okay. All right. So this is the phyllo foam sweater, and this is what it looks like here. This is a big sweater. This will be for the fall. Phyllo foam sweater by Hopeful Honey is the designer. I think I got this in one of those bundles as well a while back. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. So I made a little more progress. I'm a little more than halfway of one panel. And this is making such a soft and squishy fabric, y'all. I can't wait to wear this in the fall. And when it cools off, I'll be wearing this all the time. I can tell already. But this is where I blended the Caron Simply Soft Tweed with some 100% baby alpaca lace. So that I wound these together, and I got back to working on it because I finally caked up another couple of rolls. So what I'm worried about is, I already know I'm going to have more of the Simply Soft Tweed. That maybe I won't have enough of my alpaca lace. I've got a good bit left over there still. I had a ton of it. I had like 4 hanks of it, and it was over 700 yards on each hank. But I'm still going to be slightly shy of the size that I picked, that I didn't realize at first. But what I'm planning on doing, if that happens, I'm actually going to make the back panel and the sleeves and then do the front panel. I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to, if I'm starting to run out of the alpaca lace, my plan is to do some striping on the front, like fading from the yarn with the lace in it to the yarn without the lace in it. We'll see how that goes, just on the front panel. And then if I have to, and maybe even the cowl part of the sweater being solid. So we'll see how that goes. That's my plan. So if I run out, I'll have the back panel and the sleeves done, and then I can just do that striping on the front panel, which would make more sense to me than doing it. Well, since I'm all over halfway done with this, I don't want to do it on the back too and try to match things up. So that's what I'm planning on doing with that one. And then next, this is my continuing knit / crochet project. The only thing I'm going to talk about with this is the fact that I'm doing several, I got these Hiya Sharps And they are very pointy, y'all. But I'm actually knitting. I've already taken one off of this because I've done with the knitting portion. I'm doing 3 of these at a time, which actually is going a lot faster than when I try to do 3 at a time with my long needles, because these work so much better. So I'm doing that. That's making that go faster. I still have a ton of these little things left. And then in my bag, because some of these have a ton of thread left and some of them barely have any left. I'm trying to find one that's got no... Alright, I can't dig around here, but this is what I did. I wound it up and I clipped it with one of them little clips. These little Wonder plastic clips I use for sewing. That works great, keep things from tangling. But this is what I'm doing in case you haven't seen it before. I'm knitting 1/2 and then I put it on a piece of yarn and then I start my crochet stitches and I crochet the second half. So 2 different kinds of stitches in one, and I'm gonna sew all these together to hopefully make a blanket. I'm planning on, since I have so many colors and different shades, I want to do like a gradient thing, like from one, like a rainbow almost one. So we'll see how that works out. I'm still not completely sure how big the blanket will be once I finish. So, and I have some neutral colors in here, so we'll see once I get them all done. I still have a bunch of them in here. So that was just 2 things I want to show you about that. And I'm going to work on a pattern for, I'm thinking a shawl, but I might just do a scarf at first because that'll be easier, because it doesn't have the taperedness of a shawl. But I want to do a bi-stitchable scarf, so to speak, so I can show people how to do this. So what do y'all think about that? Y'all be interested in that? And just in case you didn't know, I do have patterns that I have written. They are on my blog. You can look under the crochet section. I only have crochet ones. And you can find all those. I haven't put them on Ravelry yet. My blog is connected to Ravelry, but I haven't done like little individual things for them, which was something I wanted to do. Y'all, I'm running out of time for my time off, but I'll have more time off in the summer because I don't have afternoon class. And I don't have class on Fridays, so I still have some time. But, and this is all in my, this is one of my Mega Maker bags. This is my prototype one. You've seen them in the shop. There's 2 left in the shop currently. You should grab one while they're 15% off. And they do, mine only has a short pocket in it, but the ones in my shop have a pocket to go all the way across, and they have these tabs. And y'all, I use these mini book rings. I kind of stuck it through there because I was being lazy, but these work so great. Does it look like I got a nose ring? These work so great to hold stitch markers, and they're so easy to get apart because it's a book ring. And if you order 3 or more stitch markers from me, I'll send a free book ring, mini book ring with your stitch markers or your maker charms, whatever. So, all right. Now I got let's see. Holy crap, y'all! It's getting out of control. I have got the second part of my Jimmy Bean Club, crochet club. We're doing the maker tote. That right there. The last one was that navy blue. I love the navy blue and coral. And from the preview they sent, I know it's going to be gray. So this is the cotton linen thread or yarn. Sugarbush Cabot Mango. 70% Pima cotton and 30% linen. Y'all, this yarn is very soft and nice to work with for a cotton with a linen blend. So that is the color. Right, come on, focus. There we go. Yep, very nice yarn. And in this one, I just got some more of this lotion and some tabs. That's what came in this one. But y'all, I only pay, is it $15 for this box, and that includes shipping, so I'm really okay with that. Oh, my camera done pushed it too hard. There we go. So yeah, I like the colors in this bag that we're making, and I like the yarn we're using too. So you can, I'll try to put one of them eye things up here for my review about my, I did it at the beginning of the year, and it was for the past year through the first, was it the first 3 months? I can't remember, of this year, of the projects and the different things I've done having this club. This is one of my favorite clubs that I've had. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 45 minutes. And, no, I meant 50 minutes. And I haven't even got to my fabric yet. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. All right. This may be a two-parter, you guys. This may be a two-parter. So just in case you only see this part now, we're gonna, you know what I think I might do? Yes. I think I'm gonna do my DIY section next, because it's pretty small. Then record my fabric one as a separate thing. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Okay, we're doing DIY and thrifty fun, which I know I've said repeatedly DIY and thrifty goodness, because it usually comes back. I don't know why I do that, but so this one's getting a reorder today, like I said before, so I could do my fabric one in a separate video and try to get them, you know, one may come out later. The fabric one will come out later, but that's okay, because this is busier than I thought it was going to be. All right, this section won't take as long. A couple of things. I was going to talk about my mailbox, y'all. I thought I had everything set up, because I had to add a board to the box to fit on the post out there, because it was too wide. I thought I had everything done. I pre-drilled holes, went down there, realized I didn't have the bit for the screws that were already on the original mailbox to take them out. Now, it's a good distance from my house to my mailbox. My mailbox was across the street. Plus, my driveway it's not short driveway, so it's not like a huge driveway, but it's a little trek. It's a 5-minute trek, or maybe 2 to 3 minutes if I'm walking fast. So it's a good bit of walking. I walked back and forth several times because things kept not working, but eventually I got that mailbox up, y'all. I did it, because I can do it. And now it's fabulous, and I got a thank you note that I showed before from my mail lady, which is awesome. So I also was going to show you my newly reorganized yarn place, and I'll put in a couple photos here. And in the one picture, you'll notice above the shelf is a rack. That is a laundry drying rack. Actually, it's supposed to tilt out so you can hang laundry on it to dry. I found them for $5 on clearance at Walmart. I grabbed a couple, and it makes a perfect place for me to hang. Those are mostly empty project bags, but there's one, the cat one, has something in it, and that's what I'm using it for. And I put that up by myself as well. It's pretty easy to put stuff up on my wall because I don't have to find studs, because behind all of the sheetrock in most of my house is fat ladder slabs. And if you don't know what fat ladder is, that comes from pine trees, heart pine. It's a very hard wood. You definitely have to pre-drill holes to that. It is also very flammable, which is a little scary. So, but that's what's behind all the sheetrock in my house. Yeah. So I put that up, and the red looking rack below, which I was delighted to find that my yarn cakes fit in perfectly, is actually a water hose rack I got at a thrift store, or a yard sale adventure or something like that. So I painted it red, and it makes it perfect. I used to have my ribbon in it, because that used to be my gift wrapping section, But I said, I'm gonna put my gift wrapping stuff in the office / guest room, extra room, because it makes more sense. I don't use it all the time. And I can put my extra yarn in here. Did all my extra yarn fit in here? No, it did not. But we're not gonna go over that. But I will link to the blog post I did about yarn storage, and you can find out more about all of that stuff going on over there. Okay? Because that other thing I got was that case, and I was gonna show you all that in my darn yarn and goodness section, and I forgot. But it's an art case that's for pencils. I'm gonna grab it right quick. Hold on. Okay, so I found this when I was cleaning out, and my son left behind. This is a Derwent. Can you see that name? Yeah, Derwent pencil case is what this is. So my son is an artist. He draws and all that, and he had all kinds of pencils, and he left it behind because he'd outgrown it. So this is what I'm storing my crochet hooks and needles, knitting needles in. I like to leave the knitting needles when I'm not using them in the package so I can remember what size they are. Some of them are written on it, but it's hard to see on the really small ones. So I also used a bigger book ring to hold extra stitch markers to the elastic over here. But this has panels that attach to a bookbinder thing with elastic on it, and it works great for bigger hooks and with the rubber handles. I also put some extra scissors in there. I did manage to get those knitting needles in there, and those are bags that are empty for knitting needles. Now what it didn't hold was I have this upside down, y'all. I'll turn this around. I put everything in here upside down because this zipper pouch goes the other way. It doesn't hold my metal needles or hooks, my metal hooks, because it's the elastic bands are too big for them. But they fit right in there in that little zipper pouch. I don't use them as often anyway, since I have the nicer handled ones. So just something to think about. This is a nice case. This makes a nice way to store things I'm not using, because I had them in just coffee cups and I'd have to dig through there and find them, but this way they're all laid out. I can find them. And these are about, I looked them up on Amazon, and they're about $27 or so for this, and it comes with two of the two panels. You can buy extra panels. I think they're two for $10. So I will put a link so you can find that. I know that's not necessarily DIY related, but it is storage related, organization related. So yeah, that I really like that. I don't like the brown color too much, but it's functional, which is what I needed right now. So I am planning on sewing some. I have a pattern over here I'm still working out. Some fabric, just some you can stick in your bag and take with you if you're going off, or and you need multiple needles or something like that, or hooks. I keep saying needles, but you know what I mean. So the other thing I wanted to show you is this really cute birdhouse. My mother bought this for me last weekend. I said, Mom, it's Mother's Day. You're not supposed to be buying me stuff, but look, it's a birdhouse. It looks like a sewing machine. There's a little hole. How cute is that? So now I really need to go, which is terrible. I need to clean out my bird feeder, put some bird seeds in it, and then hang this up. Of course, there's a bird on my porch already. There's one that goes, we get a bird every year on my back porch, and they have a nest, and you'll go out there, that bird's fluttering around because it's kind of screened on the top part. You have to wait for him to leave out the door. There's a back door that goes onto the porch, and then there's a door that used to have a screen door there, but we kind of took it off because it was just in our way. We didn't keep it closed because it's not like heated or cooled out there. It was just in the way. So, okay, and the only other thing I wanted to talk about for DIY, which I can't really show y'all, but I'll be working on using some of that fabric paint that I bought in the spray cans and some dye dye some fun fabrics for bags for my shop. I'm excited about that. Super excited about that. I didn't get a bunch done. Let's see, I had 2. It's almost gonna be 3 time. I just work Thursday next week, so week's off. And I don't think we have Memorial Day off at the school because it's that following Monday, and I don't see it on the calendar. So, which is okay with me. I mean, I just had 3 weeks off, but yeah. So I got lots of done. I mean, I spent a whole week sewing bags for the shop, which probably shouldn't have took me as long as it did, but it's fine. I got a lot of stuff done. So I'm gonna end this now because I'm at an hour, and then I won't do it as a part 2 for the fabric. I'm just gonna do a fabric obsessed video, kind of like I did the Yarnapalooza one, and you can take a look at all the fabulous fabric. And I will show some things I've been making, some clothes, y'all. I'm making clothes for me because I need some. So I'm going to end this here. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing down below. Be sure to go back and check my Yarnapalooza video for everything with that, because there's some fun going on in there. You're going to want to check it out. And I will see y'all in just a bit. You're going to see me in the same shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and record the second video, which probably won't come out till Monday. I'm going to try to get this one up today. And then the second one I'll do for Monday. But I hope y'all had a fabulous weekend, and I will see y'all later.